Hey guys, I'm here to make a quick little reaction to Logan Paul and Jake Paul in general, and YouTube's reaction to them as well. So first off, YouTube has been really vague about a lot of things in recent years, changing the community guidelines completely to include vulgar language, and people have been demonetized for using vulgar language and vulgar imagery. That wasn't really vulgar, like almost some partial nudity and cursing and saying it's unadvertiser friendly or it's not advertiser friendly, whatever. Even though you can go on regular TV right now, watch a movie with the cursing and partial nudity and everything in it, and you have commercials in the middle of it. I mean, heck, you go to a rated R film and you have like 50 hours of commercials in front of that, ads and whatnot. You go on YouTube and you have ads for stuff too. So, yeah. And I mean, I'm not saying those things shouldn't have ads, because, I mean, it just shows that YouTube is wrong in this case. There are people who do advertise for vulgar things, because guess what? It makes money. Anyways, on to the Logan Paul and Jake Paul crap. So with Jake Paul and Logan Paul, they've been in the media for a while. I remember, I think one of them was on a Disney Channel TV show. I don't really watch a lot of regular TV anymore. It's mainly YouTube and Netflix for me, and then mostly video games and anime, all that crap. But yeah, I don't really follow the Paul brothers. I just know when they do stuff stupid on media, and then people complain about it, rightfully so, because they've just been generally unpleasant people. I mean, that video where not Jake Paul, but Logan Paul saw color for the first time was, a nice thing. It's the colorblind person seeing color for the first time, or right colors, I guess. Since he saw colors, they just weren't the right colors. I don't know how colorblindness works. I've never been colorblind. I'm not trying to sound mean when I say that, but colorblind modes in like video games and stuff have like specific recolor things. I'm not sure how that works, but it was nice seeing Logan Paul actually see color for the first time. It was a nice thing for somebody to do for him. And then what does he go and do? Be a jerk and then make a joke about the suicide forest. Not make a joke about it, but be joke-ish and just be generally disrespectful to Japan and its culture. A culture which, by the way, focuses on a lot of respect. Japan is based on respect. A lot of its culture is. I'm not one to speak on the culture, but from the limited amount of knowledge that I have on the culture, it's a thing, it's respectful. I mean, he even said that in his video on it, where he got kicked out of Japan, air quotes, where he got kicked out of that temple that he disrespected or whatever. Yeah. And then he just laid those raw fish on the back of that man's vehicle. Just being generally unpleasant and just disrespectful in general. I know I said that generally all the time, but it's the only word that I can think of at the moment. And then YouTube actually responded to this, which I didn't expect them to do. I mean, but I guess you kind of had to at this point, because of them being more SJW-ish, I guess. And even with the head of YouTube having some feminist ideas. But I'm not going to get into that. That's just a whole bucket of worms I do not feel like opening right now, since I'm not really one of those feminist debunk channels. Not currently anyways. Not saying I'm going to do that in the future, but back to the point. But I'm actually surprised YouTube actually acknowledged this at all. But I'm glad they did. It shows that they're, keeping up, sort of, I guess. But one thing they did mention was the community guidelines, which is something that I don't think anyone can dock Logan Paul for at this point, or even Jake Paul with his virginity video, because excuse me again. I'm sorry, excuse me again. The community guidelines at this point are a joke, with what I said about vulgar language and somewhat vulgar imagery. But the community guidelines are a joke. I mean, they did break the community guidelines, but the community guidelines are still somewhat of a joke now. So you can't really dock those points away from them, at least not all the way. But there's one thing I hope YouTube doesn't do, and that's stop people from making videos about serious subjects, like soldiers with PTSD and being like a soldier, talking about his experiences with war, being labeled as not safe for YouTube's community guidelines. Darn tootin' YouTube. I can't do this because it's offensive to some people. Even though this is what some people do. Like, I know there's a YouTuber that does this. Talks about his experiences when he was a soldier, you know, when he was in the army, actually killing people. Because he had to, because it was his job. And he talked about this stuff because it was serious and he wanted to talk about it. But YouTube says, nope, you can't make money off of that because, you know, it's offensive. Sorry about that. I'm just trying to find a good way to hold my phone. Because I'm very active when I talk. But, you know, this was serious stuff that he wanted to talk about. But YouTube wouldn't let him because it wasn't safe for YouTube's community guidelines. And for, like, Jake Paul and Logan Paul, what they did, or specifically Logan Paul with the whole suicide forest thing, was just generally disrespectful. There we go, using that general word again. But it was disrespectful. Just that, it was plain and simple. It was disrespectful, and he should get docked YouTube for this. What did he get? A strike? No, he should get straight up banned off of YouTube. Like, do what Blizzard does with hackers. Like, don't ban him completely from getting on YouTube. Like now, ban his account. Make sure he can't do that. Make sure he can't create a new account for at least a year or two. Because, I mean, what other places can he go to make videos? I mean, I know he could post them to his social media, but aside from that, nothing. He can't make money off social media. At least I don't think he can. Hopefully he can't. But if he's banned off YouTube, oh, no more money off YouTube. I mean, he'll probably just get the money from somewhere else, but it'd be a start. It shows that you can't do something like what Logan Paul did and actually still be on YouTube. Showing a dead body and just being disrespectful. But like I said, I hope YouTube doesn't stop people from making videos on the suicide forest and other serious topics. Because guess what? There are some people who talk about serious topics, like the suicide forest, and are respectful about it. Like there's a YouTuber that I watch called The Anime Man, and he made a video about the suicide forest, but he was respectful about it. He's even half Japanese, or a quarter Japanese, but I know he's Japanese, because he speaks the language. And he even said himself that he's partly Japanese. He has Japanese relatives. Excuse me. So yeah, I hope YouTube doesn't stop people from making videos on these serious topics. Because there's some people who talk about serious topics like this and are respectful about it. And some people better than others. But some people who may not be the most respectful still poke fun at the people who aren't respectful, who aren't 100% respectful about it. So yeah, that's just my thoughts. And coming up next will be an update video. I really wanted to make put it part of here, but I just decided not to because I didn't want to, you know, inflate the portion of this video, the size of the video and so the portion. But yeah, so upcoming next is an update video. So check out more for that.